what is Jose talking about happening all the time?
We've
talked about
this since way in the beginning of these tapings. That we've been following this since the first instance of this.
Right. So let's go over when Jose called me. He read Dark Avengers when it came out, and he called me and told me about the Sentry ripping off LaFay's head. If you go back and you look at our segments, we have one that I aptly named Brian Bendis Hates Women.
Which was the first segment, I think, of this new season.
The new season. And, I mean, that was just like a kind of a catchy title. We weren't trying to come out and say that Bendis hates women, just that it seemed to be implying it. But right. So I went back as far as I could without having to dig through my long boxes, through all the New Avengers and Mighty Avengers books, to see how many instances there was of a female character being killed in an Avengers book, specifically by something being done to their head. Okay? Because Morgan Le Fay gets her head ripped off in Dark Avengers. Okay? New Avengers number 48. We talked about that before. The Skrull sleeper agent is shot in the head by a SHIELD agent.
Male SHIELD agent.
A male SHIELD agent, that is correct. In Mighty Avengers number 12, we forgot this one. Nick Fury was one of those Nick Fury flashback issues when when he's putting the Secret Warriors together. He meets someone who he believes to be another SHIELD agent or a covert agent.
Oh, I remember
Ends
that
up being a Skrull agent.
Oh.
Female Skrull. He shoots her in the head.
Right.
Okay. Secret Invasion number 8. Norman Osborn shoots the Skrull Queen in the head. Secret Invasion number 7. Hawkeye shoots the Skrull Queen in the head. And then we go back to other instances. Now, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instances of women being killed by having their heads either shot or ripped off. Okay? What started this whole thing with Bendis and his theme?
His New Avengers.
In Mighty Avengers, number 11, Dr. Doom calls Carol Danvers and Ms. Marvel a whore. And on 2 occasions, in both the New Avengers Annual and another issue of New Avengers that I was too fed up to go back through and look up, the infamous Hood assaulting Tigra in her home. Mind you, that happens on 2 occasions. There's the first occasion where he actually videotapes it.
Yeah, someone else videotapes the Hood doing it.
Yeah, so videotapes him assaulting her in her home. And then in the New Avengers Annual, it happens yet again, where all the villains end up in her house. I mean, what the fuck? Doesn't this woman have, like, home security or something? They assault her in there yet again. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I can read my French, at least 8 instances of violence directed specifically towards women
by male
characters. And it's not women doing things against women, because I was going to myself well, you know, I was saying to myself, well, in all fairness, in Mighty Avengers, Carol Danvers is one of the main protagonists. A lot of the stories that were told initially with her were through her head. But she doesn't do anything besides sit there and fight, give commands, and doubt herself and stuff. Yep. The guys are the ones that are doing all the ass kicking and ripping and tearing and killing. And I call me old fashioned. I've gotten over really quickly of this whole idea that superheroes can kill. That now it's superheroes kill the villains, because the villains are going to kill us. We should just kill them. You know. That's not that. Maybe that's just me, but I'm not up on that idea as much anymore. So, someone tell me what's going on here. You know.
And then
when I was going through, because someone's going to point this out, I'm sure. And in this run, there's the issue where it's revealed how Elektra was switched out. Elektra does get to behead somebody. So it is a case of a female character finally getting into off a male character. That's one time, folks. One time.
And they're setting up this Ms. Marvel in here just to be like the old Ms. Marvel. Like on the other team, where people are just berating her verbally. don't take her seriously at all. Norman Osborn could give a shit about her, and he just puts her down. Everyone puts her down in this book. If they don't have anything nice to say about her ass, they don't say anything nice to her, period.
I'm just not digging this book right now. I'm not digging the direction that the Avengers books are. Well, I mean, okay.
And then don't forget that Brian Bendis killed the Wasp, too, in the most unheroic death probably in the last 10 years of a superhero.
Right. Or she's gone. Again, that was such a vague death that I'm really sure she's going to come back. And Bendis just used that to set up something else with her later on.
Well,
I mean, I just know.
If he feels like getting back to it.
Well, yeah. That is true. That is true.